Hey everyone, Satnam. My name's Elise and you're watching Satnam Spirituality. Thank you so much for joining me today as we're going to take a look at the first quarter moon in Capricorn. So we just got done the eclipses and the solar eclipse reading, we were working through some assessment and discerning, and I feel like that's going to carry through this entire lunar cycle. But I was getting, just as I was pre-shuffling here, that things are going to start coming in and that are really going to show us where to, like, provide us some direction. I feel like we haven't had a whole lot of direction. Here we have surrender to the sweetness, and you got the love. So Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life, and codependency and boundaries. And so what I'm getting off the hop here, and fall into my arms with surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. So we did get those surrender and faith cards in the solar eclipse reading, and it looks like we're still being asked to deepen that. We're still being asked to set up those boundaries. If we're noticing any codependent relationships in our life, either this can be work, this can be family, this can be friends. Maybe you're starting to feel like a disconnect from certain things. Maybe that's the message, is this is intuitive, like this isn't right anymore. And this isn't allowing me to really step into my peace. With the surrender to the sweetness card here, you know, making love to life. Really just enjoying living. And it feels like we've been in a such a work focused, or such a, what's the word here? It feels like we've been attending to our duties. And in that, we've kind of like lost the whole entire reason why we have these things in our life. With this fall into my arms, activated earth underneath it, trust where you're led, power places, ley lines. So just really, like, it feels like Spirit's really trying to grab our attention right now. It feels like Spirit is really wanting us to embody this new way of being. And with it, this being close to where Capricorn's the first quarter, the moon being in Capricorn is really actually pretty close to Pluto. It's towards the later degrees in the second half of the sign of Capricorn. We have power here. It's like, yeah, coming into our power, really standing firm in our decisions. We have resistance and creation. And so with this, it's like we have the power to create whatever we want to in our lives. And it feels like this resistance is coming in from potentially external circumstances, with wisdom at the bottom, and patience, abundance, and the path. So it's like we understand now in a way that we didn't necessarily understand before, like how we're resisting our own creations by staying in these situations that don't align with ourselves right now, that aren't authentic to our being. And yeah, so we're trying to create these things, but there's this resistance into hanging on. So it's like now we're taking back our power, surrendering to life, right? Surrendering to the sweetness. Already 2 cards with surrender on them, setting up these boundaries so that the things that we want to create and we want to have in our lives can actually come through for us. It feels like there's just been this stuck energy. These 2 wanted to stay. We have Ghost Whisperer, be still in the whispers, that ebb and flow through the silence, and Apple of my eye. Not all that is alluring may be what it seems. See beyond the illusion. And so maybe we're seeing beyond the illusion that we've had, or maybe we're getting this download, we're getting this message as to how to move forward with enjoyment in our life. And it's like, be still in this quiet period of time as things are changing. You know, you're noticing the ebb and flow, like who's coming towards you, who's moving away from you, what's being released, what's like just naturally dissolving out of your life. Let's see what else here. Maple tree, there's a change coming that is so big it will shift all that exists. I feel this, we've shifted into this new space but there's some things that still need to go. And it's like, it's stages, right? It's not like we just cut off one thing and then move towards something completely new. We have haunted house, which is 22, which is a master builder number. The things that haunt you are the things that you have yet to let go of. Very, very strong message here. And molasses, to move forward, you must know where you're headed. So really focusing in on what brings me pleasure in life. You also have 2 here. So making a decision. Standing firm in that decision. Yeah, moving forward in that energy. Let's see what kind of archetypes we're working with here. First quarter moon, please. And so these things will probably come to culmination around the full moon in Aries. We have pathless, difficult decisions, lack of direction, and spy master, knowledge and distrust. Maybe it's because we feel like we don't have the full picture, or maybe there's a fear around, we have achievement and downfall. And so it's like a make or break it, you know, like we're moving into this energy of, are we going to continue on with these negative patterns? There will always be opportunities for us to change them, but we're being pushed right now to move into a different space, to move into a different place of being. Okay. We have trust that all will be well. Coming into that surrendering is trusting that everything is going to work out in your favor. It might not just look like how you want it to look like right now. Okay, we've got 4 cards. We've got assess the situation. Assess came up in your new moon reading as well. So still taking a look at things. It is only the first quarter moon, but some things might be starting to make an appearance now. That first week is kind of just like the energy reset. We have the open up to change, step up and lead, and relax. And it seems like those 2 things can be contradictory, but it's like taking the leadership role in your life will help you feel relaxed in a way where it doesn't feel like you're just doing what everybody else tells you to do, or that you think that'll make them happy. Maybe there's some people pleasing that's going on here. And so things are starting to come to light. And so it's just, it is going to be a difficult decision. The things that haunt you are the things that you have have yet to let go of. There's one quote that I heard, and I'm just being called to repeat it now, is the reason that you don't have the life that you desire is because you keep feeding the things that keep you stuck. So maybe that is a place to start, is taking a look at like, okay, I've been stuck in these areas. How have I been showing up that has been keeping me in these spaces that I don't want to be? Because there is a big shift here that's coming. Messages from our higher selves. Collective. We have the 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which is just that peace, that prosperity that we're, you know, normally trying to attain. We've got the Prince of Wands here. We've got the Aeon in this deck, or Last Judgment, and it's like, it's this wake-up call as to how to move forward with inspired action. Not just doing what we think we have to do in order to get the result, but really tuning into ourselves, surrendering to the sweetness of life, understanding that there is pleasure to be had, and the things that when we work on them don't necessarily seem like they're pulling you down. When you do work on them, they inspire you, they uplift you. The people that you connect with also do the same. We have the Prince of Cups, and it's like, yeah, moving forward with this, taking action on this inspiration, with the 2 princes being here. It's like this wake-up call. It's like this pulling us. With the Judgment, it's like you see the people coming up out of the coffin, right? And it's like you're being reborn. You are being also called to account for everything that has led you up into this space. And so maybe there's a harsh reality coming to the forefront around, and it is hard to admit. And I've had to do this, and it is very difficult to admit that, you know, the things that we've been doing have been keeping us stuck. And really what we've been wanting to do is move forward. Yeah, put down this burden with the 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands here. We want to put down this burden. We're really taking a look at, you know, the things that, is this keeping me stuck? If I keep pouring energy into this, is this actually going to yield any results? Sometimes it does. Sometimes you have to stick it through, but trust your intuition. Come into that inner guidance. And then we have the Lust card in the Thoth Tarot, but the Strength card in the Rider-Waite system of cards. And so maybe these are things that have looked really good on the outside, or they provide us some sort of immediate gratification. And it's like, now we're taking our power back here. But it's these things that were providing us this immediate gratification, they weren't set up to help us in the long run to get this 10 of Pentacles, which is what we're looking for, is that peace, that stability within our life. Let's take a look at what's incoming here. Pretty strong message, pretty clear message. So you might be seeing some things that are changing your mind. Maybe you're doing some more reflection. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune here. Are you going to ride the wheel around again? Are you going to keep participating in the things that no longer help you out? So with this incoming, you got the 10 of Cups coming out. So it looks like we're moving past that. We're moving into our emotional stability, our emotional freedom, our happiness, the end of after a difficulty, that peace that comes after a difficulty with the 5 of Cups here, like maybe feeling discontented, maybe feeling disappointed. But now, instead of looking at the things that we don't want, we're changing our attitude into looking at the things that we do want. You have the 10 of Swords. It's just like, it's overkill. It's been overkill. We have been pushing that for far too long. And we have the Moon here. And it originally came out here in reverse, but it's like these secrets are being revealed. And in the revelation of these secrets and the revelation of this knowledge, it's like we're gaining this deeper emotional bond with ourselves and with spirit. The 7 of Swords and Last Judgment. Again, Temperance. So it's like waking up to this deception, coming into this harmony, this balance with the Empress and the Hermit. Yeah, 8 of Swords, Ace of Swords. So this truth being revealed about what's been keeping you back, what's been keeping you stuck. And it's this feeling of having to win at all costs. It's this feeling of, if I don't do it this way, then it'll never happen the way that I want it, or my dreams won't come true, or this, that, the other thing. The desire, the passion isn't the wrong thing, but how we're approaching it, is it the right time? Is it the divine timing? Are the things that we need to get into place? That's a good question. But it's like we're waking up as to how to like harmonize and alchemize our life, and just requiring some patience. But there is a big decision that needs to be made here as to how you're going to approach a situation. Let's take a look. Yeah, so in my mind I was asking for some advice. So you have true colors, essence, and healing. And so it's like your true colors are coming out. Your healing, your essence, your inner essence is coming out with the Yin card, that divine feminine, intuitive knowing, and healing from that place. Really, really healing from that place of trusting yourself, especially with the 33 coming out here for your true colors. This is a beautiful card. Coming into your divine essence, taking pleasure, finding the sweetness in life, setting up those healthy boundaries. You know, spirit medicine underneath, impress, nourish. So maybe it's like receiving that fulfillment from spirit instead of on these external things. And maybe that's what the surrender is like feeling that sense of fulfillment in yourself. Because when you're working towards things, you do get that sense of fulfillment. Even though there might be like a due date on it or what have you, there is that sense of fulfillment from accomplishing those small tasks that really bring you, light you up when you do them. It's like I said, it's not work, right? It doesn't feel like work. Let's take a look here at a final message. Some big energy. And Mars is going into retrograde here right away. And it's like, depending on where that is in your house, there's going to be a slowdown in one of your areas. And you're going to, and especially with it being in Cancer / Leo, where Venus, close to kind of where Venus was in retrograde. But it's that internal self versus external self, that masculine energy versus feminine energy, and it's traversing across those two signs and houses in your chart. And so it's like we're slowing down and we're reassessing. And so maybe this is the start of that for you. Okay, we've got leaping hare, agility, quick on your feet. You can find solutions to any problem. Yeah, trusting yourself that you're going to find the solution, that it's all going to be okay. There's, you know, everything has worked out to this point. You're okay. You have freedom of choice to pursue things. You have brown owl, clarity. So this agility, this clarity, trust yourself to navigate the darkness and see what others cannot. And that just kind of brings me back to this ghost whisperer. Be still in the whispers that ebb and flow in the silence. Right? Snacking squirrel, simple pleasures, have a tasty treat, enjoy life's simple pleasures to the full. And maybe that's how you connect in with yourself, is just trying different small things that you think are going to bring you pleasure. Right? Maybe it's going in, maybe you haven't gone for a pedicure in a while. Maybe you need to go for a pedicure. Just throwing that out as an example. Maybe you really like playing a certain board game, and so you reach out and you try to connect with people who play a board game or like play D&D. White stag, believe in yourself and be your own guiding light. Trust you know the way. And that's a beautiful, beautiful message to end off with here. Trusting that you know the way forward. Trusting that you are going to be okay as you move through this, having this clarity to navigate this darkness, right? Trust yourself, and then followed up with trust you know the way. Come back into that sense of pleasure. Remind yourself what it feels like to just genuinely do something for yourself for the simple pleasure of it, not because anybody else wants you to do it or you think you need to, or to acquire anything, but just simply just doing it out of the simple pleasure of doing it. It can be as simple as going for a walk. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Sat Nam, and I will catch you in the next one.